we want justice in this matter, madam, and we want this government has to take them under scrutiny of law.
And through CNN-IBN, the Karnataka government has heard that plea after a citizen journalist campaign exposes medical negligence in a Bangalore hospital. A mother of two left in a vegetative state after a botched operation. The Karnataka government is promising help. We'll have their special story up ahead on News 360. Good evening, I'm Sahasini Heather.
And I'm Fatima Karan. Let's give you the other top stories as well.
अभी समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार पर समर्थन वापस लेने का कोई सवाल नहीं।
Samajwadi Party Chief Mulayam Singh Yadav backs down, tells CNN-IBN he will not withdraw support for now, but maintains elections will be in November.
And this shocker from the Maharashtra Assembly. The MLAs accused of beating up a policeman inside the Assembly could get away, with police sources claiming CCTV footage isn't enough to prove the case despite 28 cameras inside the house. Is political pressure being exerted here?
And now the External Affairs Minister Salman Khurshid rejects the Tamil Nadu Assembly resolution against Sri Lanka to not be treated as a friendly country. It's a CNN-IBN exclusive.
The centre now demands a reply from the Chhattisgarh government after the IBN 7 expose on tribal girls forced into prostitution at a government hospital. Minister KC Deo alleges big names could be involved.
And that's a shoe that is thrown at the former Pakistan President Pervez Musharraf just minutes after the Sindh High Court extends his protective bail for 15 days in the 2007 emergency case. But our top story tonight is a citizen journalist report. A family seeking justice after the mother of two children was left incapacitated for more than 3 years now because of medical negligence. Tonight, the government is finally promising help. That's right. Shailaja's husband, Muniraju, has been fighting a lonely battle demanding accountability and punishment for those who ruined his family's life. He turned citizen journalist for CNN-IBN to continue this fight.
Shailaja and I got married in the summer of 2003. 6 years of togetherness and 2 daughters. We were a happy family.
I am Muniraju. Today I have turned citizen journalist to seek justice for my wife Shailaja. She has been in a vegetative state over 3 years, and I believe my wife is in this state only because of careless attitude of medical authority.
On November 29, 2009, my wife complained of severe back pain. I rushed her to Mallige Medical Center where the doctors advised immediate surgery for what was called a prolapsed disc. Even though Shailaja had no history of backache, I trusted the diagnosis at Mallige Medical Center and we decided to go for the surgery. She was wheeled into the operation theatre and that was the last time I saw my wife walking and talking. The treatment summary given by the doctors state that Shailaja developed ventricular tachycardia or rapid heartbeat and hypotension after anesthesia. I filed an FIR against the doctors. The hospital was forced to bear responsibility for her treatment. The hospital authorities forcibly discharged her and shifted her to MS Ramaiah Hospital. But all this was done without our permission. In spite of their promises, Mallige Medical Center stopped paying the second hospital after the initial payment. On the 4th of November, MS Ramaiah asked us to vacate the hospital bed. I had no option but to bring my wife home, where we continue to fight a silent battle. I wrote letters to the then Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa and the Health Minister Sri Ramulu and many others. However, the situation did not improve for Shailaja. With CNN-IBN's CJ team, I decided to take the battle up once again and approach the authorities.
Mallige Medical Center did not respond to our queries asking for their side of the story. Muniraju's case is being heard by the Karnataka Medical Council, whose own status is under question. CNN-IBN then approached the doctors concerned with the case. The doctors refused to interact with us and ran away on seeing the cameras. We then apprised the Medical Education Minister of Karnataka of this case.
If there is any negligence, we can take an action and put a fine of more than 2 lakhs and even imprisonment of 6 months is there. So shortly, within a week, we are getting the ordinance. By through, we will get a teeth for that.
I will continue to fight until those who are responsible for my wife's condition are brought to justice. This is Muniraju, citizen journalist, CNN, IBN.
All right, Shailaja's husband turning citizen journalist there. But earlier on, I did speak to Shailaja's brother and the Karnataka Health Minister, S.A. Ramadas, as well. Now, he promised action by tomorrow. Listen into that. Laws take a long time, but how does a family like this get justice as soon as possible?
Yeah, tomorrow only. Tomorrow by evening, I will see that, because we have the teeth now. From tomorrow itself, we will take action and we will come back to you.
And what is the kind of action that you would actually be taking? What are you committing to with Shailaja's case?
One is under the IPC we have registered there, one thing, and second one is from the medical department itself. We have power to take action against the institutions and also get the compensation for the losses,
right,
and other things.
Is there any way that you can actually help this family itself? Because at the end of the day, it has changed, this incident has changed everyone's life for them.
Tomorrow by evening, I will see that we will have a discussion with the Chief Minister of Karnataka and we will come back with the solution.
One side of this is, of course, the appeal to get justice to this family, but the other side is really the kind of financial responsibility this family also needs. Are you making a commitment towards that as well?
Yeah, tomorrow, through the channel, I am requesting the victims to meet me tomorrow by 12 o'clock in my office. I will take them to the Chief Minister and I will see that justice will be given, and also government will come to help of the victims tomorrow, madam.
Let's turn now to that CNN IBN exclusive that has become the day's top political story. Samajwadi Party chief Mulayam Singh Yadav for the first time put his party's position on the record. Interestingly, he ruled out withdrawing support from the UPA.
That's right, but he also said those general elections will be called in November. He was speaking to CNN IBN's Bhupendra Chaube.
नेताजी, कल हमने देखा कि प्रधानमंत्री मनमोहन सिंह ने खुद एक वक्तव्य दिया विदेश यात्रा से आते हुए, जहां पर उन्होंने कहा कि इस संभावना से दरकिनार नहीं किया जा सकता कि समाजवादी पार्टी शायद यूपीए से समर्थन वापस ले ले। मुझे ये बताएं, ऐसा क्या घट गया है पिछले एक वर्ष में कि आपके और कांग्रेस के रिश्ते जो हैं इतने खराब हो गए हैं?
अब इससे कोई खराब नहीं हुए। अब पता नहीं प्रधानमंत्री जी ने किस आधार पर ये बात कही। अभी समर्थन विड्रॉ की बात तो कोई न हमारी पार्टी में आई और न कई मीटिंग हुई। ये जरूर कहा है कि ये पार्टी जो कांग्रेस सरकार है घोटालों से बच नहीं पा रहे हैं। दूसरी तरफ हमारे साथी अकेला ने इनकम टैक्स और सीबीआई का दुरुपयोग करने की पूरी कोशिश की गई।
आपके खिलाफ सीबीआई का दुरुपयोग
के खिलाफ थोड़ी की गई। आप देख रहे हो करुणा की बेटी के खिलाफ भी हो गई, उनके मिनिस्टर के भी खिलाफ हो गई, औरों के भी खिलाफ हो गई।
आप कहते हैं कि कांग्रेस दरअसल सीबीआई का दुरुपयोग करती है उन राजनीतिक दलों के खिलाफ जिनकी उनको जरूरत पड़ती है।
इनकम टैक्स पर और सीबीआई उनके हाथ में है, तो जब चाहता इस्तेमाल करता है वो करते रहे।
हर व्यक्ति ये जानना चाहता है कि मुलायम सिंह यादव क्या यूपीए से समर्थन वापस लेंगे या नहीं। स्पष्ट सवाल है सर।
इस पर सवाल है कि अभी समाजवादी पार्टी यूपीए सरकार से समर्थन वापस लेने का कोई सवाल नहीं।
आपकी जो एक रणनीति थी सर आपकी, आप एक तीसरे मोर्चे की जो बात कर रहे थे, अब आप ये कह रहे हैं कि आप समर्थन तो वापस लेंगे नहीं। आप कहते हैं लेकिन नवंबर में चुनाव भी
बहाना नहीं देंगे। अभी
बहाना नहीं देंगे, ठीक है। लेकिन ये जो तीसरा मोर्चा है, ये तीसरा मोर्चा कहां से पैदा होगा सर? वो कौन से दल है जिनके साथ आप रहना चाहते हैं?
अच्छा, जब तीसरा मोर्चा पैदा हुआ कोई जानता था? वो पैदा हो गया,
यकायक अपने आप हो जाएगा।
हाँ बिल्कुल हो जाएगा।
चाहे वो बीजेडी हो, डीएमके हो, तृणमूल कांग्रेस हो, कोई भी पार्टी,
कोई भी हो।
मैं नाम लेता हूँ, किन दलों के साथ आप रहना चाहते हैं? वाम दलों के साथ रहना चाहते हैं?
ये तो
बीजेडी के साथ रहना चाहते हैं?
ये चुनाव,
एनसीपी, किसके साथ?
चुनाव के बाद अपने आप बैठते हैं और जब स्थिति देश की होती है तो अपने आप मोर्चे जब बने हैं। आप बताइए, चुनाव के पहले बने कि चुनाव के बाद बने? चुनाव के बाद बने।
और मुलायम सिंह यादव उस मोर्चे की अध्यक्षता करेंगे?
नहीं, वो तो बाद की बात है।
आप प्रधानमंत्री बनना चाहते हैं?
नहीं, मैंने प्रधानमंत्री बनने का कभी नहीं सोचा।
आपको नहीं लगता कि?
मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा।
आपने सोचा नहीं, लेकिन आप चाहते कि नहीं चाहते? अगर आप एक तीसरे मोर्चे की बात करते हैं, ये सब दल आते हैं, उसकी अध्यक्षता मुलायम सिंह।
न मैंने सोचा ना अभी सोच रहे हैं।
अभी नहीं सोच रहे आप इसके बारे में?
नहीं।
मैं आपसे अंत में दोबारा से पूछना चाहूंगा कि क्या कोई ऐसी सूरत है जिसमें मुलायम सिंह यादव और बीजेपी के नेता एक ही मंच पे रहें, क्या राजनीतिक तौर पर आप लोगों के बीच कोई डील हो सकती है सर?
सब बीजेपी से मिल जाएं, सारे हिंदुस्तान के दल बीजेपी से मिल जाएं, लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी बीजेपी से नहीं मिलेगी.
All right. Meanwhile, another UPA ally says they aren't pulling out either. Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah saying his party will stay with the UPA despite differences over AFSPA and Afzal Guru's hanging. He spoke to me a short while ago.
Are you at all reconsidering your support to the Congress? Will you go into the next elections as an ally?
We have never been fair weather friends. More often than not, if you look at the National Conference's history, we have been the victims of political machinations and sort of, as you would say, dokha in Hindi. We have not been the perpetrators of such acts. So I don't see a situation where we would sort of abandon the UPA just because things look bad for them.
Mulayam continues to play the game of brinksmanship. Again calls the Congress an opportunistic party.
वो भरोसेमंद पार्टी तो कभी ही नहीं रही.
But now says he won't withdraw support from the government just yet. In a CNN IBN exclusive, the canny UP satrap reiterates the Congress will go for early elections in November. The big question, is this mere rhetoric from Mulayam? Is he serious about bringing down the government? And can the UPA survive without the SP? That's the talking point tonight on India at 9 with Rajdeep Sardesai.
And now to another exclusive. Days after the DMK pulled out of the centre and Jayalalitha barred Lankan cricketers from playing in Chennai for the IPL, the centre has taken a much tougher stand. External Affairs Minister Salman Khurshid has rejected the Tamil Nadu Assembly resolution.
In fact, with these words to Karan Thapar on Devil's Advocate, he certainly seemed to be making it clear the government was in damage control mode with Sri Lanka. Listen in.
How do you, as External Affairs Minister, respond to the resolution passed by the Tamil Nadu Assembly asking the New Delhi government not to consider Sri Lanka as a friendly country, to impose economic sanctions, and more importantly, to push at the United Nations for a resolution that would call for a referendum on Elam?
See, I take it on board that there are very strong feelings in Tamil Nadu, and not just of other parties, but our own party members have very strong feelings. And we've taken those feelings on board, and these feelings are not entirely out of sync with what many other people in the world think. At the same time, we do believe that ultimately the negotiation that we've done with Sri Lanka, the dialogue that we have with Sri Lanka, and the effort that we've made for rehabilitation in Sri Lanka is equally important.
But you say you've taken that Tamil Nadu Assembly resolution on board, and you say it's in sync with the feelings that many people have even within your own party.
Not all of it, but a lot of it.
That's what I want to ask. Are you, for instance, considering declaring the country unfriendly?
No.
Are you considering economic sanctions?
No.
Would you consider at the UN passing a resolution or encouraging people to pass a resolution to call for a referendum on Elam?
No.
So in other words, those three critical aspects of the Tamil Nadu resolution you've rejected.
Long ago. I mean, there's no question of accepting them. And that's not the only state that has a stake in this. What about the other states? There are many other assemblies. The rest of India is not supporting this. If all of India was to support it, it would be another matter. But if one state supports something, we are sensitive to their concerns, but we don't necessarily have to accept everything they say.
Now to the shocking story from the Maharashtra Assembly, where the MLAs who have been accused of beating up a policeman and ASI inside the Assembly may actually go scot-free.
Now this is despite footage that's been available from 28 CCTV cameras. Crime branch sources claim that they have only 5 minutes of footage, each from 2 clippings. But that footage is unclear. Just 2 weeks ago, we saw API Suryavanshi being attacked inside the Assembly premises by a group of 5 MLAs. They were angry with him for stopping one of them, Kshitij Thakur, on the Worli ceiling for speeding.
The people who are propagating that the CCTV footage is unclear are interested parties, and they are interested in saving their brethren who could be subject to a stern investigation by the police it is something very clear is that police picks up clues, and after picking up clues, they are expanded, enhanced by a lot of supplementary and parallel evidence.
Meanwhile, the MLAs accused themselves are already calling this a media trial. Jai Kumar Raval, one of the MLAs accused, has said, quote, the media is conducting a trial, they've crucified us and maligned us, so there's no point in discussing anything. You have decided to make us negative characters. How much I plead, it is just not going to matter, is what he said.
And now to some more news. Just a week after the government passes the anti-rape legislation, an IBN 7 investigation discovered that young tribal girls are being sexually abused in government-run homes and schools in Chhattisgarh. Most of these girls are between the ages of 7 and 11. Many admitted on camera that they were raped and abused by those hostile officials. Medical tests in January this year confirmed that 11 girls had actually been sexually abused at the Jhalyamari Kanya ashram. This ashram came under the scanner after a 12-year-old died in August 2012. 8 arrests were made. This included a teacher, a security guard and a hostel warden.
There has been a series of sexual exploitations taking place in Chhattisgarh. What is it that the centre can now do?
I request my esteemed colleague, the Minister for Home Affairs, to intervene in this matter, because these things are happening in a scheduled area where the central government also has some responsibilities.
Where the compensation to the victims is concerned or taking action against those involved, nothing really has moved on the ground.
See, who are the people who are actually responsible in persuading these wardens, or the people who are responsible at that level for sending these? I think if what has reported has been happening, it's very, very obvious that there are hires who are involved, and I think they are the ones who should actually be punished.
To other news now, a potential breakthrough in the shooting of BSP leader Deepak Bhardwaj that left him dead. Last week, sources telling CNN IBN that the Delhi police believe they've identified the shooters and recovered the 2 cars that were used in the killing. The police have reportedly detained the owner of the car, but the shooters still on the run. Sources telling CNN IBN the police does have a clear idea of those who are behind the attack, but not giving that away right now.
And there's some controversy just 2 days after the US Congressman endorsed Gujarat Chief Minister Narendra Modi for a US visa as part of an unofficial delegation. Media reports indicate that the Republican congressmen, 4 of them from the House of Representatives, paid anywhere from $3,000 to $16,000 for the trip.
To the top international stories now. Former Pakistan President Pervez Musharraf got a reprieve in court, but he also had that shoe thrown at him. Pictures of those on your screen. This at the Sindh High Court. Now, he did get his preventive bail extended by 15 days in 3 cases against him, including that of the confinement of 62 judges after he declared a state of emergency in 2007. Remember, Musharraf faces a much more serious threat from the Tehreek-e-Taliban as well.
And more tensions from the Korean peninsula. North Korea has raised the pitch with its leader Kim Jong-un signing on a decision to keep its rockets on standby. He met with military leaders after the United States sent in stealth bombers for military exercises in South Korea. North Koreans have threatened to strike the US and mainland territories and its military bases if it is provoked.
Meanwhile, the health of New Zealand cricketer Jesse Ryder. He's out of his coma now and has even interacted with friends and family. Remember, he was in critical condition following 2 attacks on him on Wednesday night that left him with a fractured skull and a punctured lung. Police say they've made 2 arrests in that attack now. And that's all we have time for here on News 360.
The news, of course, always continues here on CNN IBN.